Hey guys, how's it going? Happy New Year! Today I have something super special and super original for you that definitely no other art YouTuber has ever done. I'm doing a sketchbook tour! Yay! I know I'm a bit late on the take. Actually, all other YouTubers do this to the end of the year, and actually that was my initial plan, but then I figured nah, that would put me under too much pressure because I have so much other things going on, so I decided to put this at the start of the new year. What we are also a few days in right now, but I think it still counts. For me right now it is the January the 3rd, 4th, can't speak today. And yeah, that video will probably go up either still today or tomorrow. So I guess it still counts as the start of the year. Anyway, I have a few disclaimers before we start with this. First of all, like you might notice, I don't have a script today, not a single bit. I don't even have bullet points, and I'm really bad at talking freely. And it has nothing to do with the fact that this is not my native language. I'm also really bad at this when I'm talking in German. I hate doing stuff like this without a full script. So I was actually thinking about doing a voiceover, but then I thought, nah, that wouldn't be so authentic, and I couldn't react to the things the same way. I also had to edit way more, so we're doing this freestyle. Yay! To keep this thing a bit more interesting for you, because I will probably do lots of this. I guess I already did them. Lots of those silent moments, and I'm searching for the right words noises, like and to keep this a bit more interesting for you, I thought I'd just let you count all of those noises I make. And then you tell me down in the comments how much of those I actually did. I'm really interested and curious to see. There was it again. To see how close you are to each other with the counting. And how much you will get. This might be really interesting for me. And I have something else I want to say at the end of the video, so please stick through the end. And well, let's start. Let me just check the camera if the camera is good. By the way, I'm standing, yeah? I'm standing up because sitting here with a chair is slightly impossible because the stand is getting in the way like always, and I have no idea how else I should put this thing so that it still looks good for you. So let's start with the first page. You already have seen the front cover where I did a spelling mistake again on my own name. There it is. Instead of Terra with double R, I spelled Tira with double E. I don't know why. I wasn't really conscious at that time. I tried to fix this, but you can still see the E. So we start on this one that I was filming also. One of those projects where everything went wrong because the video got corrupted, so I need to part it, you know. I guess the most of you who are watching this right now have seen this video. And if you don't, you haven't missed that much. It was just you know, me figuring out stuff for YouTube. What's the whole unboxing thing of the Jazzy Art box? Here we have just some swatches where I wasn't really passionate about it. And then we have the real first page, where I'm really proud of. Or Jazza. It needed to be a Jazza for a first page because it was from a Jazzy Art box. What should I say? And I really love this. I think this is one of my first attempt of photorealism. Even if it's not completely photorealism, I think it's realistic enough. And from the far, it really kind of looks like a photo, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, I'm really proud of this. But for those of you who feel really encouraged right now because to look at their sketchbooks and think like, oh, I just have those crappy, shitty things inside that I can't show anyone. Don't think about it. It is a sketchbook. It's not supposed to be like this, and I don't have this like the whole time. It's just like, yeah, the one was just too pretty, and this paper is so smooth and thick. It was just too good for using as just a normal sketchbook. So that's why there are actual artworks inside as well. But actually, its sketchbook is meant to be for practicing, for doing studies, and doing some ugly little thumbnails and sketching out ideas for something. You don't need to show that to to the whole world, you know. You don't need to show this to lots of people on the internet like I'm doing. So, then we have quick poses. I first started trying this out. There's this page on the internet called Quick Poses, where you can set what you want to practice in, and then you get a timer for each photograph, and the longest you can get are 60 seconds. And I did all of this in 60 seconds, and it didn't turn out way better. I'm so slow, and I'm still hesitating to going forward down with the number. And it's always 20 drawings, but for this one I didn't really finish it because I got interrupted. Yeah, you see. I hope you hear my voice clear enough, because always when I'm going too close to the camera, it gets this really ugly sound. I'm not sure if I can fix this in my program later on. Here this was one of the first times my body started to play. What was the name of this again? Why do I always forget this? Hollow Knight. Still playing Hollow Knight, and I was, well, backseat gaming? Well, I was watching him playing, and it got me kind of inspired because I really love the art style and stuff, and I thought perhaps I could get an idea for an illustration out of this, but it never came to one. Perhaps I will do one. There's something where I sketched out something like a full body, but yeah. It's actually still a really blank page. Considering this is done sketchbook, yeah. So, quick poses again. This time I did all 20, and after this my wrist starts hurting really bad. Anyway, sorry. Perhaps I should cut this out now. Can you see it really? Perhaps I should go in a bit more, like so. I always have to recheck if you can see all the pages. So we have the rest. Don't really have that much to say about these. So tell me how I did this. Do you want me to put more time into each page that you can look at it for longer, or are you a bit impatient and want me to go faster through the pages? Tell me how this experience went and what could I do better the next time. So you see, this is actually number 20, but yeah, it's a bit out of order. So I actually drew them in this pose, and then I had them, and then there came 20, and I figured, oh, whoops, I don't have that much space here anymore to put her, and the position was like here with the arms sticking out, so I found, well, maybe I could squeeze it into here. What was being? This was one I'm pretty embarrassed, because this woman had such a beautiful shape, and I think I'd kind of ruined it. But yeah, I need to go quick. And here we have my first ever Drawsome squat. Oh, that makes me nostalgic. This was January 23rd. I always need to think different in reading, because in German we actually write the number of the date first and then the month and then the year. So my brain is always kind of twisted when I need to say dates. So yeah, I entered Drawsome Squad. I found it through Darkest Raven Designs, but she is not participating in this anymore, and it's now completely a thing of Aurora's Art World and Jan's Write About Art. I will link their channels in the description now. And there, if you want to check them out, Jen does real lovely animal illustrations. They're really great. And Aurora, she's basically doing everything with art she feels about it, like doing journals or doing this Drawsome Squad. Like I said, they both do this. And if you want to participate in that, I highly recommend this, because they do this year again, and it's really kind of cool. They have a prompt list for a whole year. Every week you have one new prompt. It's always Wednesday. You get a new prompt, and well, you can study it, and so you can get better. And plus, you have something new to post on Instagram every single week. Hey, that's great. And if you post it on Instagram, you can put the hashtag Drawsome Squad and tag both Jen and Aurora. Sorry, what's wrong with my voice today? And yeah, then you might get a chance of Aurora putting your artwork in her next video at the end to show it to other people and recommend you to other people. So yeah, we can just highly recommend it. So this prompt here, it wasn't the first prompt ever for Drawsome Squad, but the first time I discovered it. And like you can see, the prompt was crystals. And I really wanted to do an illustration with this prompt, and of course I needed to include a raven, because, yeah, ravens. I don't call myself this way for no reason, by the way. Corvus is Latin for raven, just if you're curious. So I sketched out this little bit of a raven busting out of crystal. I don't know why. Well, perhaps some kind of fantasy series where he got captured by a spell and then he breaks free somehow. I don't know. But I remember that I wasn't so proud of the actual artwork in the end, like I was the sketch. I kind of like the sketch better, how that turned out. I don't know why. I would like to show you the original artwork right now, but I can't find it. There are a few artworks I did, like this one flower pot thing. We come to this later. Hoppla. Whoops. I want to go back. Sorry. I'm really proud of this one with the flower pot with the skull, but I can't find it. What's really sad, because I want to put this on sale. Yeah. You see, I will find it eventually, because it's definitely somewhere here in my room. I'll go back a little bit. So, and then we come to the next one. This was a planning for a comic, but even though if I like how this map turned out, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it all. Even though I like how it turned out, I'm still not so sure anymore if I really want to use this for the project. I'm still not so sure about the world building. I had figured things out, and then I thought, no, it doesn't really work this way, and also a few stuff for the story is still not really... I need to get things down. This comic is still on an ugly stage, on the planning stage. So, and now we have basically almost just Drawsome Squad for the most of the time. So here we have Flower Pot. And you can see here, I did this little, well, I sketched out lots of different ideas for flower pots. I did studies of real ones. This was a real photo I found on the internet with a cat sleeping inside this giant flower pot. Yeah. I thought it was so cute, I needed to sketch this. No, back! Come on! Sorry. And then I decided to do an illustration with that one, even though if it's not a real flower pot, I think it kind of counts because the flowers grow out of the skull. I think the meaning behind it is really beautiful, because it shows you that every end also has a new beginning, and I really like stuff like this. Getting a bit philosophical here. Anyway, have you noticed that I painted my nails? I really did this for this particular video, because I don't do this as often. It mostly turns out as a mess. I'm kind of proud of them this time. I mean, if you look really closely, you can probably see lots of mistakes, but just don't, okay? Oh, and one thing I need to say, you're probably wondering where, if you I can't talk today. I can't. If you might wondering where Hugin is. I don't know exactly, but he said that he hasn't any time for this today. I think he's just searching for excuses to not get involved in my project. I don't know why. We'll see if he will be there in the next video. So, there we have the prompt mushrooms. Like you see, just did lots of mushrooms. I did an illustration for that one. And then we have teacups for the next week. So, like you see, it's really easy to fill a whole sketchbook over a year when you participate in this prompt list, because every week you have something to study. It was all still drawn with this lovely pencil that was inside of Jesse's art box. And look what I have left of this one. Yes, this is all, and I'm hesitant to use it for her because then I need to sharpen it for her, and then it's basically not there anymore, and I want to keep it. It's the first one I ever had of this kind, and yeah, I need a new one, but all shops are closed right now. Perhaps I just start sketching with a red or blue color pencil, because actually it's a sketchbook, so you don't need to erase the whole time. If it's not working out, you just simply start at a new space next to it, I suppose. I'm getting boring again, sorry. Here we have noses, and see how perfect that was planned. I don't know if this was if they thought about this, but if you have this next to each other here now, and this nose, hair, get it? Nose hair? One week it was noses, and then we had hairs, and they planned such a beautiful illustration with hair. I was really in for it, but the illustration went out being yeah, the anatomy wasn't right, and everything on it just looked meh. I kind of feel bad about even including it into my Instagram post and do it as the first one of all of the pages you can see. I better had just shown this. But yeah. And yeah, here came the time I was involved into Enderwall Forgotten Stories. One of you also in this fandom are probably already yeah, here's Jesper Delberg, one of my absolute favorite characters. Mostly because I think he's handsome. But I also think he has a really good written personality. It's really interesting. And actually all of the characters are really great. And even the ones who are written the way that you should hate them, you will enjoy hating them because they're written in such a great way. And I'm getting a phone call. Sorry for waiting. So the call is over, but my friend will get here for a few minutes to give me something that she borrowed. And yeah, that means there will be one interruption again, but then we can hopefully move on completely. So like I was saying, I'm still completely into this game. It's such a gem, especially if you consider that it's just a mod. It's a total convert mod. They modded it from Skyrim, and until now they modded to every little and Elder Scroll piece. They modded their own game that's set in the same world called Vin, and for the last time they did Enderall, where you add the continent Enderall, and god, it's like, I might sound completely boring right now for you, but please check it out. It's available in English as well. It's from a little German team, but they did such a great job. And like I said, it's also available in English, and it's so freaking good, and it's absolutely free. The only issue is that because it is a mod, you need the older version of Skyrim, but you don't even need to install it, you just need to download it, and the older version is really cheap right now, and you can still find it somewhere. For me, we found it on a page called Kinguin or something, I suppose. Don't know. And yes, the game itself, Enderall, is completely free, what I think is kind of a shame, because if you look at this, I don't know, I have no words for this. Please try it out, it needs way more... What was the word? This time I'm searching for it because it's English. It needs more attention. Attention was the word. And yeah, yes, but it worked. It was my first time ever doing a fan art for this. I was getting really into fan art mode after watching my friend playing a bit of it, and then I was like, I actually want to play this myself. So, and then we have the next Drawsome squad, and it was lanterns. I guess I was a bit lazy on that. I mean, I just did 3 lanterns and there's lots of space left, and a few doodles for an illustration that I never did, but perhaps I will do. I was so much into fan art mode that I wanted to do something with Jesper, and then later on we will see. I'm still a lot in fan art mode. You can expect lots of new fan arts from me on Instagram for the next time, but don't you worry, if you're not interested in that, I will also post different stuff. It's just, it's my channel. Here we have fire hydrants, and of course I couldn't resist doing this little puppy lifting his leg, because, it's kind of a trope and I love it. And he's just a little sketching. I hope the light is still good enough. I slept in a bit, so we don't have that much daylight left, sadly though. So I hope you can see all of it. Perhaps I can do a bit color correction in the program later on so you can see a bit more. This is just like a really rough sketch of an idea I have in mind for an actual animated short film, but I don't really know the plot of it. I just know one scene, and this one, actually the scene I know is different, but yeah, I still don't have any plot for it. I just know that I want to do it a bit more dystopian-like, post-apocalyptic thingy. And then we have moths. I love moths. I love insects in general. And spiders. Yeah. I'm creepy. I love them. Of course, I don't want to have a bunch of them in my apartment. It's understandable. If they're not in my apartment, I even love cockroaches. I think they're interesting. Like I said, not in my apartment. What would be a huge problem for me because I'm not really able to kill anything. I'm really hesitant about this and always try to get the creatures out of my apartment, but then there is a tendency that they come back. So if we would have something like this in here, I would be screwed. Really. But yeah, I will love those moths, and this was the first time of me discovering these moths aren't just brown or grayish or white, that there's so many beautiful colorful moths out there. They actually look like butterflies, just a bit more fluffy. And that was a nice discovery. Perhaps I would never have figured this out when I didn't participate in this, when I wouldn't have participated in this particular Drawsome Squad theme. I'm really bad with my grammar right now. Probably this is because I'm overslept, but yeah. Then we had windows. I don't really like drawing objects, like not really, how do you call this again? Perhaps I need to do a cut here because this is really long. Organic shapes. Something that hasn't organic shapes is sometimes really hard for me. You know, where you probably actually need a ruler and need to measure things out so every side is the same, like this Gothic window here, but yeah. What I really liked was doing this shattered glass. Can you actually see that shattered? Yeah, I suppose you can see it. That was kind of fun and interesting to try out how this broken glass actually would work. Especially here we have like this double glass thingy. There's glass on both sides, so the split looks really interesting. And we have compass, and here I was really lazy. I just did this one compass rose and then this compass over here, and then I did an illustration, a digital one, what I'm not so super proud of, but I think it's okay. And then we have eyes. Try to speed it up a bit more right now. I don't have to say that much here. I think the beautiful one is that one over here. I try to zoom in again. Little warning. It's the eye of a blind person, and I think, I don't know, it came out so beautiful. Is it me to say that they have beautiful eyes? I don't know. And they would feel about this hearing that, but yeah, I think they look beautiful. Because it's not really making things better for them to hear that their eyes are beautiful. And yeah, this is like, I suppose after that I typed in animal eyes because I need to practice them a bit more than actual human eyes. And I saw this from up close. I assume it is a chicken eye, and that one is probably the eye of an owl. Next we have ferrets, and I really didn't do that much on this side. I was just doing really slightly sketching of ideas for an artwork, but I ended up just doing the studies. So like you see, I completed the sketchbook but also didn't release. Yeah, it's up to you to decide if I completed it, because he has actually lots of space left. But yeah, ferrets, I really love them. They're cute. I just have a little study of the whole body, a little bit. I really love this photo when he was looking out of something, coming out of a pot or something. Boats, yeah, like I said. Objects like these, especially vehicles. I hate drawing vehicles like cars, and boats are on the list with it. It's mechanical, it's stiff, and yeah, it's not alive. It's so hard for me. I don't know, I really need to practice this more actually, because it's so hard for me, but just two of this and I felt like, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to force myself to do stuff of this more, because I want to become a jack of all trades. This is my actual goal. Well, I say goal, but you never really reach the end of something in art. There is no top of the mountain, you always climb more up. But yeah, I want to go damn it, I want to become better in actually everything. And I don't know, when I do a comic project one day, perhaps there will be a scene involved where I need a car or a boat or something that's more, you know, dystopian-like, car-ish, but still looks like a vehicle. And then I was screwed because I can't draw it. that would be fun. Here's a page I really love. This is my good friend Pan Cosplay. I will also put a link to her Instagram in the description. She does lots of cosplay, like the name says. And I'm really in love with this gray elf of her. His long white hair, and yeah, she just called her the gray elf, and never really thought about what her actual powers are. So we were kind of thinking about what I could do with it, because I sketched this elf for a reason. I did studies of it for a reason. I really wanted to do. And I still want to do an animated short film with this character, but I'm still not sure what actually to do with her, like let her just do I just let her dancing around in the forest with a bit dust in it and a bit music to it and that's it? Or do I actually tell a little story? I don't know yet. If I really want to have something with a plot, then yeah, I need to figure out a bit more. I thought she either might have something to do with realm and time, or perhaps something with dreams. That might be interesting as well. Because for time I would need to give her a different staff that she actually has. As my friend created her, she didn't really think about what this staff would mean. She just built one that looks cool, that's just aesthetic, and it really looks great. Like I said, check her out, she's really awesome. She doesn't do much of the clothing herself yet, because she's still practicing sewing. But the thing she has here, the little crown, that's made by her entirely. She does her props herself, and she makes her wigs. Like, she doesn't create the wigs, she buys them in a rare form and then just I don't know the word in English, but yeah, she gives them over. She gives them different hairstyles, and I think she does a really good job on that. And she's such a great model. I really can't talk today. Oh. By the way, doesn't my German accent come out a lot right now? Because I always try to force myself to hide it, but I'm so, I don't know, overslept like today. I don't know if I'm really able to do that. I mean, I will hear it when I'm looking back at the video, probably, but you can tell me yourself, what do you think? Because I really don't like if it, you know, if I sound too much like this. I really don't. This is awful. I like the soft pronunciation in English. It just sounds dumb if you pronounce it too harsh. So here's another one of her. Now you can see it. And yeah, the rest of the page is also for studies of her. So I stopped doing this at this day, and then I didn't come back to it, but yeah, I can still come back to this page because I left it free for this particular thing to do my studies of her, and then finally figure out how I to stylize this, because I don't want it too realistic. As more realistic it looks like, as hard it is to animate for me, because it needs more details. So I need to stylize it a little bit, but still need it to be recognizable. This one is actually like this. And oh, you can see not really much of it because I did it really lightly. It's like a little perspective exercise, and also, you know, there was this one drawing competition from Jazza when he still did this. And the one prompt was isolation, and I had so many ideas for isolation. I ended up doing 2 of them and then decided which one of them I participate, which one I would actually send in. And I had lots of other ideas, and this one is one for a thing that I think I would do traditionally and not digitally. But I'm still not so sure how I actually will put this off. It's suppose a little fox right here on the street, or better, the street is here, and here is the side way, the walking way, how is it called? The walking area? No, here are the lanterns on the side, and here is the night vision, where the fox is walking alone, and at the other side you have this, you have the other side of the street, and then there you see actually what's going on at the day, where multiple people are passing by there and are busy. I want to call it like when we don't look or something like this. Might be really interesting, but yeah, I haven't done it yet. Please don't steal it. Feel free to be inspired, but I warn you, don't steal my complete idea. Nah, you're also such nice people. I don't think you would. So, I'm just talking nonsense because I don't have a script and I could go from anywhere to nowhere, so we have lips, ladies and gentlemen. Lips, that was the next prompt. We have the whole page. I was really proud of that one. I really liked it. Especially this one, even though I think tongues are really disgusting itself, but it was kind of fun to draw this. And this one right here was helping me with an artwork I did to win a commission. I didn't win the commission with the artwork at the end, sadly though. But hey, it forced me to get a good artwork out. It's something, and I can sell it right now. And he was cats, and I tried to do my cat Leo. Emphasis on tried, because I think I did a really bad job. I mean, you can see it's a cat, it looks kind of realistic, but it's not her. I didn't really capture her essence. I wasn't able to, and I don't know why. I tried so many times to capture her personality and it never worked. In the end, a bit more further behind all this, there is another try I did with a photograph and where I really sit down and try to be a bit more exact and think about it a bit more, and I think this time it came out a bit better. You will see it later on. But still, for her, I don't know what it is about her face and her eyes, but it's so it's so hard for me to capture her actual being, her essence. I don't know. Here we had globes. Sorry, that was probably too loud for the camera. And I just did one globe, and of course I was so affected by Enderwall, and I'm still. I needed to do a wind globe. So I did it on a globe, but I put wind on it. This is Enderwall, and here we have Kira and Eraziel. I guess the next continent right here must be Nerim. I'm not sure, I'm not so good at this. But yeah, a wind globe, because, yeah, just because. And we have foots right here. I'm actually really bad at drawing foots myself, but when I have a real reference like here, it tends to turn out really good. But it's just when I draw exactly what I see on the reference, then it's working. I still have to figure out how things work and move. I mean, this one was a drawn reference, I guess. I'm not sure, but I guess this one was like those here. They were so exaggerated with all the bones. They were all drawn references, like real drawn anatomy references. And this one here, I think the angle here is so like, I don't know, I wouldn't get my foot into this position. It seems a bit hurting, actually, but also really elegant. I'm not sure. And we have lavender, and there's not much, there's just one strip of lavender and a little bundle, and there's a lot of space, and here's a bumblebee. Well, it's supposed to be a bumblebee. I saw it this way at the reference and I need to draw it, but didn't really came out that well with this particular pencil. So yeah, it could be also something like a big leaf hanging there, because it's not really clear to see. Then we have chairs. Not much to say about that. can see all of it. Yeah, chairs. Nope, nope, wrong direction. Here we go. Chairs. And then we have wizard. And of course I needed to do an end roll. Sorry guys for all the zooming. So I needed to do an end roll character for this. He's a wizard, mage, or whatever you want to call him. And then I also did Lily Sherry Pegasus because she's also a mage. She's not a male wizard, but hey. She has magic, and she's a really cool character. A really hot-headed one, but I really like her. Here are a few. I guess now I can go in a little bit more. If you're sketching out ideas, you can see one of those examples that the sketchbook doesn't need to be really pretty the whole time. I mean, this looks like, yeah, what was I even doing? I ended up liking this particular one here down in the corner, but then I tried to put it onto real paper and it didn't work out. This is always the thing, when I like a rough sketch in a sketchbook, it's real likely to end up being more ugly than an actual sketch. It's ending up being like, well, I don't want this. God. I'm so bad at this. And here we have, what was it? Fabric. We had fabrics. So it studies of 2 different kinds of fabric, and then I did also do it wearing a shirt, how the folds are falling, and then little jeans here, like when a jeans on. Move on to next one, because before it gets too boring, the videos are already getting really long. We have seahorses. It has like 50 likes, and this is, for some reason, this particular post is the one with the most likes so far. I have Instagram, but okay, they are really cute. I really love this one here. There was a photo of a little one holding a Q-tip. I thought it was so awesome. I needed to draw this. It was really far away, so I couldn't really see all the details of it. Just did the rough outline, but oh man, so cute. And I had an idea for some different kind of mermaid. It has a few features of a real seahorse, and not just the tail part, but also I wanted to play around with the actual features of a seahorse on the face. It could turn out really interesting. I still haven't turned it into an artwork. Perhaps I will do it for mermaid. Then we had lantern posts. For some reason they all turned out pretty okay, even though it's a non-living object. Didn't turn out okay, and then of course I incorporated a raven. I got the idea from Whisket Pereira, because she did an artwork for this where a raven sits on a lamppost, and I thought, oh yeah, I need to do that. So I did a sketch for it, and then I did it in oil. I think it turned out okay. I'm pretty sad that the raven didn't turn out more realistic. I still haven't figured out how to make the colors look realistic enough, how to mix them and how to layer them exactly to get those beautiful photorealistic outcomes other people get with oil colors. I'm still practicing on that one. Here we had antlers. So I just did a bunch of antlers, and I really liked the digital artwork I did for that. Perhaps I will put a few of those artworks I'm mentioning here in the video. we will see. So yeah, I drew endless. Not much to say about that. That was a day where I had my sketchbook with me like all the time since I started doing that. And yeah, we were at friends in the garden, and there was not really, I didn't really have an idea to draw anything, so I just started drawing my hand holding my phone. Didn't really want to draw the phone so exactly, I was more focused at the hand position, and then it was getting even darker. Tried a few of the sitting poses of the other people and the dog that was lying down there, but I didn't accomplish that much because yeah, it was really dark. And it was in the evening, and it was getting darker and darker, and then I just stopped seeing enough to actually practice anymore. Still a bit space left actually. And yeah, this is one of those more ugly, typical sketchbook pages. And then we had stuffed animals, plushies. I loved it. Even though if this is not alive, it still is organic and feels like you're drawing something alive. So perhaps that's why I had no problems, no real issues with this. This one, I need to show you this. Well, chair. That's the original for it. Can you? Oh god, you cannot see it. It's too big. I need to wait. Like, just do what you're supposed to. Look at this. Look at this, Loki. Isn't she adorable? I found her back when I was still working at a sorting place where we sorted old paper so it can be recycled in a good way. And sometimes people don't just throw paper away, there's lots of stuff in it. And there was this little cutie coming, and I just couldn't throw it away. I mean, just look at this. It's so flashy, bouncy, and it's so, I don't know, it's so dumb and stupid and adorable. I needed to have this in my life. It's extraordinary. So yeah, of course I needed to draw this for stuffed animals. And then yeah, I have lots of stuffed animals, lots of plushies still, even though if I'm an adult. Don't judge me, I'm a girl, I don't. I'm allowed to. It's always my excuse. And I have nephews, so they can use it when I give them away. Yeah, I had a lot of reference, that's what I want to say. So we have this little adorable big-eyed dragon, and of course a raven. I was getting this to a birthday really back, I guess it was when I became like 20 or 21. My mom, I wanted to have this dragon, but my mom didn't find it. But she found this little cute plushy raven. It's just like so, it's a little keychain thingy, but I never put it on a key because I'm too afraid to lose this precious thing. It's just sitting around here, and I love him so much. So, and there we have something that's not Drawsome related. This is just a concept art, and I'm really bad at doing concept arts. It's just, in the end, they really just help out myself, but no one else. Luckily for me, I just do the concept arts for me, so I'm the only person who needs to understand what is actually going on. If I would work for a company, well, like an animation company, that wouldn't really help anyone of the animators, or yeah, it's like not detailed enough and doesn't really show enough. But yeah, it's for an idea for another animated short film. It's I guess you can see it's a tree, and his roots are inside of a giant crystal. And oh, now the doorbell's ringing. We have to interrupt again. So, I'm back. Yay! We can move on. So yeah, like I said, the tree in a space with a crystal inside there are the roots, and there are lots of space elves in here, and there's like some more electrical things going on where they live in. It's like a space station. Yeah. Then we had the next week's prompt, what was daggers? And there I was meeting my enemy. Yeah, I have a really hard time with stuff like this. I mean, the actual details on this turned out quite well, but this is the actual problem about this. Because, yeah, I started with the overall shape, like you're actually supposed to do, but even that didn't really help me out because I guess the how's it called? The distance between the particular things a bit wrong. So this part here, this handle is actually too short, but that part here came out so well. I didn't want to erase that. In digital art, you could just use the lasso tool, put it a bit further up, and then connect the strings again. But here it's like permanent, or you have to erase everything again. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, then we have this part here. It actually turned out good, and I was feeling a bit more confident. But then I figured I looked back at the photo reference and saw, oh no, this is wrong and this is wrong, and the distance between all those things isn't right at all. And yeah, I stopped. So I looked up a bit more of a wait, I need to go back a little bit. I looked up one of a bit more, less detailed, not so complicated dagger, but still didn't turn out really great. This side is longer than this side, I suppose, I guess. And this one is going a bit up, and this one is going a bit down, so yeah. Not really raised thing. Then we had flowers, something I was really confident in. Because it's flowers, it's organic, yay! It's something living, and I'm good with that. And of course I needed to do an illustration with it, and of course I needed to do a raven. And the end I was kind of sad that I put in such a gorgeous illustration. Oh, and the colors aren't shown that well on camera. It's kind of sad, perhaps I can correct this. Did I ended up putting this into the sketchbook because it ended up being really beautiful, and I would like to sell it, but it's inside here and I don't want to snip it out. But perhaps when I finally get a new print that is actually really working and does a good job, perhaps I might do little prints of that and sell it. I want to start an Etsy shop this year, but at first I might just start selling my originals there, because yeah, otherwise I would need other people to print out my stuff. But also, if that's the case, I couldn't do that much of the prints at once, so it would be always a bit limited until next time I can print them out. So yeah, until I have a real printer, those things won't come out that much, but yeah. I really would like to do something with this. I'm kind of hesitant to try drawing this again, so I'm not sure if it would come out this in such a good way like it did here. It's the thing, it's a sketchbook. It's actually not supposed to be an art book or something, but yeah, it just couldn't resist. This paper just is so... oh. And then, yeah, I was kind of flipping around here, because, yeah, I wasn't really sure how I would use Copics here and, you know, about smudging and stuff. So I was first drawing this here, and then I ended up just doing color pencils and note markers. So I thought, yeah, now I have wasted this page for nothing. So I did the next problem at this side. What was horses? And it turned out pretty okay. Don't you say anything about this? A mantis, no, a mantis wasn't the prompt was bugs. And I thought, well, the mantis is one of my favorite insects. And then we have ice cream. And I did my caramel raven illustration. I guess I have it here, I can show you that later on. What I really like. And here we have another concept art that I haven't shown yet on Instagram. And yeah, this is like a little steampunk raven. I ended up liking this version the most, and I really want to do an illustration with it, but I still haven't figured out how, if I just want to do this side view, because the side view shows the most things of his design, but on the other hand it is really stiff and boring. Actual real pose would be better in illustration, but I haven't figured out how I want to pose them, so yeah, that's it won't come out that much. So we had our next thing. I didn't do... yeah, I did it, but I totally forgot to do... to put a date on here. Shame on me. I actually put a date on every single page when I start a new study. Here we had the prompt for Drawsome Squad. It was fairies, and I did want to do not just an ordinary fairy. I want to try out something new, something else, and something that would fit to the aesthetic I'm kind of going for, even though if I break this a lot. I don't have a specific aesthetic in my Instagram, but yeah. I ended up doing a raven fairy. So, and she has like Victorian like clothes, so she's kind of a steampunk fairy, I suppose. She has this raven skull on her head, and her wings are actually a few raven feathers sticking out of her back. I really like that, and I started an illustration with her that I haven't finished yet. It's another work in progress. I have to finish this year. Let's see how much of my work in progresses are getting finished here, and how much of a new project I already have in mind for a lot of time. I'm ending up doing... hey, who is there? Cool. Look at this, now the video is getting more interesting. Yeah, thanks, Leo, but could you... Cats, you always have to sit on paper, don't you? Hey, kitty. I try to be professional for once, and this is what I get. Come on. Leo, could you please step out? Perhaps I need to tell this in German. Komm runter hier. That's becoming interesting. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting, I suppose. Oh no. That's... Leo, you're standing right in the light source. Let's see how quick we can finish this. Oh yeah, this was where I needed to wait at this office to make my license as a self-independent artist official, and we needed to wait outside because of this whole virus thing. And there was nothing to sit down. I needed to stand the whole time, so I leaned to this wall thing, and I saw myself reflected in the. Lee, what are you doing there? She's eating the feathers. She tries to eat the feathers that I have collected there. Stop doing that. Come on, that's no food. You're already having enough weight. Hey. Nope. I was seeing my reflection in this glass door, and I thought, well, I have my sketchbook with me and I have lots of time to waste, so use it in a practical way. Just try to practice a bit. So I did a quick study of myself leaning against this thing with my back in front of my feet. Of course it's mirrored, so it looks like I'm drawing with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. But I was born left-handed, so it's not though. But yeah, I was drawing it like I seen it. I was not giving me the headache thinking about how it would look like real, so mirrored back. I was just drawing it the mirrored way, and yeah, guess you can't really see the difference anyway because it's so scribbly. And then we have the next drawing squad. We're going into September already, and there was owls. I really love that one. Of course, I had to include Hootie. Have you seen the Owl House? If you don't miss out of that. The animation is awesome, and the storytelling, the character designs, the jokes. It's just great. It's such a great animated show. I really love it. And then we had dolphins, and I really liked the illustration that came out of this one. And here I was sitting in the reading room of my dentist, and I really hate reading rooms, so I don't remember that I have a sketchbook with me, so I just start hiding behind my pages and try to draw Leo from a photo I had on my phone, and this time it came out a bit more close to her. What do you say? Leo, what do you think about this picture? You like it? Looks like she doesn't care. No, she doesn't care at all. But yeah, I didn't need, like you might see, I did this and this one, and then the waiting time was already over, so I hadn't to sit there for too long. And then we had the next draws on, what was potions. Where did my little potion mixer raven? So here I've just a few rough sketch out potion bottles, not that perfect, and a little sketch of the artwork I actually wanted to do. I can't go too close to the camera or I will mess up the whole audio. What I need to see, what I show you. I hope the next sketchbook 2 will be more interesting and better produced. So, next one we had keys and art supplies. Oh yeah, right. I did one page for 2, and for art supplies I didn't really a lot. I just did this one ink bottle sitting around here, and then I moved on into keys because I did an artwork with an illustration with art supplies. It was a completely different style, and I'm not so sure about the anatomy there, but it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I like the ribbon colors of it, but yeah. Then we have keys. They turn out okay, even though if they are non-living objects, they turned out to be fine. And here I'd start trying concept for my avatar and Hugin, how the house would look like where they actually live in. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how it would look like. Not so into most of those designs. I mean, I really love this this mushroom house design, but it feels like I was stealing this idea from the Smurfs. So it was already done a lot. I want to do something different. Here we have seashells. A seashell might be an interesting idea for a house, but I want it to be woodsy, so yeah. It was seashells. You saw those on Instagram. If you're not on my Instagram, I can link this below. Then we had trees. I had sketched out more of them in another sketchbook. I started in a completely another year, but I have so many pages left that I started it new right this year because I still haven't got my new sketchbooks. My mom couldn't get me my Christmas presents. She didn't have the time for it, and as she finally got the time, everything shut down. Everything is closed right now, so yeah. Guess we need to order all kind of presents online now. So, and then we had the unicorns, and I was just practicing horse faces again to be sure that I do this in a good way and try to figure out a concept for an illustration I want to do with this. I also roughly sketched out one of those historical unicorns, prehistorical unicorns. They are indications of the fact that they might have actually lived a creature that had this one horn at the forehead and was a hoof animal, but yeah, it was probably more hairy and more massive. The scientists believe that it was, or that actually all this actual archaeologics. I don't know how to pronounce this in English. Well, those people, they think it was more looking like a bison or a buffalo, something like this, so a bit more muscle, a bit wider. But there might have existed an animal like this in a time where also might be humans already around, so it's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, now we finally get to an end of this. This one is still not done. It should be something like I did for Jezza. It's Rebecca Parham, an animator from YouTube that I really like, from Let Me Explain Studios. I still have to finish this one, and then I can really call this sketchbook finished. I haven't done this page here because I was using markers on the other side and was already playing this. Then we have the conclusion of it all. Bye bye 2020. Just in the hope that everything is becoming better. So not so optimistic about it, but yeah. I wanted to draw something really optimistic. So there is that. And that brings us to a conclusion of this sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed it, at least a bit, even though it was really long. First, when I thought I'd do a sketchbook tour of this one when it's finished, I thought, it hasn't that many pages, it will probably end up being way too short. But then I figured, whoa, I tried to time myself going through those pages and thinking about things that I could say to it, and yeah. Thanks for a butt pic, honey. Then I figured out, hey, it would be actually way longer than I've expected. So now the thing that I wanted to show you, please don't go, don't touch that mouse. I see you. Don't do that. Stay here. Don't click on, don't you dare click on stop. I still have something to show you. That's because there is this huge pile of artworks that are still looking for a new home. They really need a new home, and I would love to find, if you know, owners for them. Those are original artworks, so actually I calculated the price by calculating the work hours I did for them and also the materials I used. So actually it would be way more expensive, but I do a little, you might have seen this on Instagram already, I'm doing a little bit of a New Year sale to just celebrate the new year, and also because I'm a bit desperate and I need money, so I will say a few prices, a few less expensive, less expensive prices for it. What? Cat? But if you see an artwork that you really want to have, but you don't think you can afford it the way I purchased here, don't hesitate. Just contact me. I will write my email address down in the description. Just contact me and we can talk about it. Because for now, I'm just glad for every single picture that gets sold. Even though if I just make a few bucks out of it, it would be helpful. And if you want to support me and if you really want one of those artworks, the prices I say, they still can be talked about. But be quick, because when I always gave the promise to someone else and you also want this artwork, no matter if you will willing to pay more, if I already made the promise to the other one, I won't sell it to you because I don't want to break my promise. But if two people want an artwork and both of them are kind of asking in the same time, then I will probably choose the one who is, willing to offer a bit more. But yeah, be quick. And Leo, you are in the way. Yes, you being adorable, like always, but you're a bit in the way of my presentation, so could you please... No. Come on. You wanna go out the window? Just then go in the window. Come on. Okay, we need to make a bit space for it right here. So we start off with this one. That was the one that was supposed to give me a commission that I sadly didn't get. But yeah. Do you think I need to put on the lights? Wait a second. Is this helping? I guess a bit. So this one is up for sale right now. It's an A4 size. And yeah, I'm not sure about the price here because I didn't track the time too much. I was working on it for 2 weeks. It would be nice if I would get at least 50 euro out of it. Would be approximately like a bit more than $50, I suppose. I'm not sure. But like I said before, we can talk about this. It's all negotiable, so yeah. Just contact me if you want it. It needs a new home. So here comes something completely different. Here's a little Christmas illustration that I did for Draw Some Squatch. The prompt was gingerbread house, like you might already guessed. I wouldn't ask for too much for it because it's not too fancy, and I did it in a few hours just so I would say like 15 to 20 euros maybe, and perhaps just 15, but you need to think about one thing. If you, like the most of people who subscribe to me I know are not from Germany. If you're not from Germany, then I might also need to charge a bit of the shipping cost, because shipping into another country is a bit more expensive than shipping inside of a country, so shipping might be also a thing that I need to charge money for, because in the end it needs to, and I need to get something out of it, even though if I don't want to put you into financial struggles, I also don't want to put myself into those struggles, and I really need money. So yeah, please keep that in mind. If it's ending up being a shipping cost that is really high, then I will go down with the price of the artwork a bit more, just to keep it more balanced. But yeah, it's a bit, I guess it's also counting as A4 size, but it's a bit larger than this one. And here's another Christmassy themed thing but it was also work all time of the year. It's the unicorn illustration I did, and it's a bit shiny. I'll try to show this here. I guess you can't see it, but yeah, on the horn I used this beautiful golden watercolor. Can you see it's shimmering? And I also used a bit of silver in the hair color. In the original you can see it a bit, but yeah, it's probably a bit bad. A bit hard to see on camera. I'm not sure on this one. Just like I said, just contact me, ask me what I think about it, and tell me what you're willing to give, what you could give, how much is it worth for you, how much can you pay. And here we have the potion mixer. Oh hey, it's also A4. I was thinking that it's A3. I need to change this on Instagram. Oops. Yeah, that's my potion mixer Raven. I really love it. It's with ink, like almost with ink. This foggy thing here is with pastel, with chalk pastel. So I need to seal this up a bit with some kind of spray before I send it to you. But yeah, he needs a new home. So if you want to be his new owner, just look at him. He wants to you. So, and then we have our caramel raven. I was in love. But look at him. He's putting an ice cream and caramel, and he is so into caramel. I had a lot of struggle deciding if I want to do this traditional or digitally, because digital would be also a lot of fun, because then you can play a lot with this whole translucent effect and the greenness. But yeah, I ended up doing it traditionally, but also went really well, I think. It's really great and makes me hungry. And he's so cute. It's a bit more cartoony, it's still realistic on the most proportions, but I think coloring wise it's not the most realistic. It's like I think you can call it semi-realism. Semi-realism? God. And here are a little of it. Yeah. Dolphins. Yeah, don't have to say too much about it. I love it. And first I thought, oh no, I did a mistake with the way I put them here, because the water is here higher than here, and they're actually supposed to be kind of next to each other. But then I realized, hey, it's the ocean, it's wavy. So I actually accidentally made it a bit more dynamic, the whole water thing, and made it actually moving. I can really kind of see how it goes woo, woo, with the dolphins inside. I think it turned out really great, and they are really cute. So if you want them, also just contact me. I didn't putting up prices anymore right now. I'm not sure how long this sale will go on. Someday I will probably put the actual prices of those on again, but yeah, for now the prices are down. So here we have one of the more bigger ones. This is an A3 size. My mermaid drawing, my only mermaid drawing for last year. Her eyes are shimmering because I used this metallic watercolor, but you can't see it right here. But yeah, her eyes are shimmering, and I really love the colors of it. You can see me drawing this one in my mermaid video that came out in March. No, in June. Exactly. It came out later. March is before May. What am I talking about? So yeah, that's that one. Then we have another raven. The first one I've ever did in watercolors. I think he's kind of cute. It's also an A3 size. So shipping would be probably a bit more, but yeah. I wouldn't judge too much for him. But isn't he cute? I think he turned out really cute. So we want to have him again, just ask me. And here, I suppose, is the star of the whole thing. Because most people really love this picture. And this is my fox. And I need to tell you that there's one person who's already interested in that. She texted me on Instagram and said that she would love to buy it, but she can't because she already has spent a huge amount of money. But she might know someone else who wants to have this, because a friend of her is a real fox lover, almost like a collector, and might be really interested to buy this one. So, if you want this, you should contact me as soon as possible, because otherwise there might be the possibility that this other person will contact me earlier on and then will buy it first. Like I said, we can talk about the price. I have it up on Instagram now for the new sale at 100 euros, but we can go even further down. I mean, I wouldn't give it away for 3 euros or something, because I mean, the shipping cost is also a lot, and I need to get something out of it. I need to survive. God, what kind of accent was that right now? I need to survive, please. So I wouldn't go down too much, but just if you have a price in mind that you might be willing to pay and you really want to have this, please contact me. You can first, if you're hesitant, you can just first tell me something in the comments, and then I comment you back. I will reply to you. I will reply to all of you, because right now I don't have that many comments to read that I couldn't follow along with it. So Lee, what are you doing there? Yeah, just tell me, just write me a comment if you want to, and I will reply to you, and then we can talk about the details through email. That's not a problem at all. Just let us talk about it. If you want to have this lovely fox, this lovely sleeping fox. And then I have one other announcement. I'm also doing commissions right now for pets. This one is not done yet. I'm doing this for myself. It's a drawing from pets. They are pets of my own life that they are long gone, but yeah, it's not done yet. Like you see, the background still needs some work, and Luna needs work, the little cat. But the most of Bestie, our dog, is done already. Yeah, and I thought I'd show you this as an example. I would do commissions for that. And if you're one of my subscribers or an Instagram follower, then I might charge less than for someone else. Someone else who wants this, I would definitely, yeah, do this whole calculating the work hours and thing, and would charge a really expensive price, or a more expensive price for it. But if you're a follower or a subscriber, you will always have something like a little discount on it. So if you're interested in all of this illustrations you're seeing here, or in one of those, or interested in getting a commission, commission me something, I would do even other things. You already saw what I'm capable of, I suppose. So yeah, how much did I say, I suppose, in this video? God, it was a long one. I hope you all made it to the end. I thank you for watching if you did, and now I leave you. Have a nice rest of the year, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. I hope it wouldn't take too long, but I can't promise anything. But yeah, I will see you again eventually, and I will post regularly on Instagram, so we will definitely see it. I will definitely see you there if you're there. So yeah, bye!